what loved ones are saying about the victim and who investigators are looking for.
Plus, a grieving family is remembering 15-year-old Jaden Roberts, who was hit and killed in Vidor last week, what they're saying after this unexpected tragedy.
And we have an update from TxDOT on the I-10 widening project in Orange, the progress crews have made, and what drivers can expect in the coming months. 12 News Daybreak on 12 News Plus starts now. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for being here with us on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong. 7 o'clock right now. Let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber as we take a quick look outside from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. Here we're looking above the 12 News studio in Beaumont. Jeff, what can we expect today with the weather?
Looks like another warm day. We'll see temperatures well up into the 70s again for today. Have a little bit of patchy fog still left over towards Orange, but besides that, generally looking at just some partly cloudy skies to start off on your Tuesday. Temperature-wise, we're in the middle to upper 50s, a couple of 60s out there. Port Arthur's at 61 and Silsbee currently right at 60. And you can see our current visibilities now showing 0 in Orange, but 7 miles in Beaumont, 10 miles in Port Arthur, and 10 miles in Jasper. So it's really between Orange and Lake Charles where we're seeing those areas of thick fog. So if you're traveling over in that direction, be careful for this morning. We do have a weather impact alert, mainly for towards the Orange area with those low visibilities till about 10 o'clock for this morning. Day planner shows temperatures starting off into the lower 60s, upper 50s. We'll be in the middle 60s by 9 a.m. and then into the middle to upper 70s as we go towards the afternoon. So looking nice and warm this afternoon with south winds at about 10 to 15. We will see a chance of rain tomorrow. Really a better chance of rain comes in on Saturday. We'll talk more about that in weather.
In an exclusive interview, the fiancée of 31-year-old Rudolph Lassant told 12 News she can't believe her best friend is gone. Police say Lassant was shot and killed Friday night near Woodrow Avenue. Victoria Smith tells us he was a great father to her children and had a heart of gold. Beaumont police say 18-year-old Charles Siggers is still wanted for his murder.
Yeah, Smith says those two men knew each other from around their neighborhood. 12 News reporter Ebony Coleman, she has the latest.
It's horrible and it's heartbreaking.
A life cut short and a family left picking up the pieces. After Beaumont police say 31-year-old Rudolph Lassant was found dead inside this crashed car on Woodrow Avenue Friday night.
The victim went to see the suspect and then an argument started. As the victim was leaving, that's when the suspect started shooting at the victim as he was leaving in the car.
Beaumont police officer Cesar Biati says Lassant and the suspect, 18-year-old Charles Siggers, knew each other. He says the shooting happened at the suspect's home about a block away from Woodrow Avenue.
But our detectives on different divisions from the police department are looking for him, along with the Jefferson County Warrant Division. So we're really asking the public's help to help us locate him.
Lassant's fiancée, Victoria Smith, says Siggers took the love of her life.
He just wanted to be there for me and his kids, that's it.
We spoke to an anonymous resident that lives in the South Park neighborhood where the shooting happened. She says she heard the shots being fired.
It was like 3 loud cannon shots.
She says violence in her neighborhood is not out of the ordinary.
They just have to shoot them, and it's so sad and it's so angry and it's so frustrating.
Meanwhile, Lassant's family is remembering a man that brought love to every room he walked into.
Rudy was my brother-in-law, but we didn't consider Rudy a brother-in-law. We consider Rudy a brother.
Beaumont police are urging anyone with information to contact them or Crime Stoppers. They say the suspect here is armed and dangerous.
And just a few blocks away, Beaumont police arrested a man Friday night after investigators say he fired shots, then tried to run from officers, according to court documents from Judge Mark DeRuin. An officer saw Terrence Von Spain's car make a turn without signaling, then stop. He then stepped out of the car and the officer heard gunshots. When police tried to stop him, they say he took off, leading them on a brief chase. They later caught and arrested him. He now faces deadly conduct and evading arrest charges and is in the Jefferson County Jail on bonds totaling $60,000.
Well, the family of Jaden Roberts, the teen who was hit and killed in Vidor last Friday, they're remembering the life that they lost too soon. The driver involved, they did stop and is not expected to face any charges in this case. 12 News spoke with Roberts' grandmother, who says that she wishes she could turn back time.
Jeanette Parker says Jaden was just out with a friend that night. She says she didn't expect to receive the news she did. At first, she said she didn't believe it. Other family members say Jaden was wise beyond his years, smart, kind, and generous. Despite facing loss at a young age, they say it never defined him. Instead, Jaden left behind laughter, love, and lasting memories.
He was an amazing child. He could read, write, spell at 3. He could, he just, he could discuss the presidential debate with you.
The family is still trying to collect funds for his funeral arrangements. Their GoFundMe is on our website if you'd like to help. 7:05, we have an update on a fatal crash that happened at Crystal Beach over the weekend.
Yeah, investigators saying that video shows the victim running into the roadway being hit by passing traffic on Saturday. 57-year-old Monica Breland, she died, though officials say the crash, it didn't appear to be criminal. Several Galveston County agencies, they responded, and Highway 87 was temporarily closed as they investigated. More information is going to be released as it becomes available. In the meantime, a GoFundMe has been set up to help cover funeral expenses for Breland's family. You can find a link to donate on our 12 News website. All right, now to some traffic alerts. TxDOT has been working on I-10 widening project in Orange for years now.
The goal is to expand the interstate from 4 lanes to 6 through the heart of the city. 12 News reporter Derek Jones in the studio with the latest. Derek.
TxDOT says lane widening throughout the Orange County is now mostly delays as crews install new signage along the corridor. The project's expanding the freeway from 4 lanes to 6, 3 in each direction, and widening key bridges in Orange. This phase began in September of 2020 and is slated to finish this spring. The $55 million project was constructed by Williams Brothers, though it's incurred many delays throughout the years.
A lot of those delays were weather related. We live in an area where weather is prone to affect our area. One day it's raining, we have hurricanes, we have weather events, winter weather events, so that can affect some of the projects. And we also had COVID. COVID shut down a lot of our projects. We couldn't do any work. There are things that happen that we can't do work until that clears.
Crews have already completed widening the lanes from the Purple Heart Bridge to the state line, which was part of efforts to improve traffic flow and regional mobility. TxDOT says although construction is nearing an end in the area, drivers should still be mindful of crews working on the roads. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
All right, Derek. The city of Orange is starting to use artificial intelligence to make information easier for residents to understand.
City officials say the planning department now uses tools like ChatGPT and Google Gemini. Right now they're using free versions, so there's no added cost. City leaders say they mainly use them to help draft and review letters, simplify regulations, and break down technical language into something easier to understand.
So we're going through our ordinances and thinking of things to where we can explain it better, or maybe create diagrams, to help explain regulation, because that is much more helpful for the people.
City leaders say they're still learning and watching how other cities use AI, with the possibility of expanding its use in the future. Well, during Black History Month, 12 News is celebrating the change makers shaping Southeast Texas.
Yeah, in Beaumont, Sheree Reed is the first black woman to serve as city attorney. From Westbrook High to Thurgood Marshall School of Law, she is now serving the same community that raised her.
Giving back to my community.
It's a story of faith, family, and fighting for her city, so don't miss the 12 News anchor's Clager Rhodes conversation with a true Beaumont trailblazer. That's tonight at 10 only on 12 News. And in other news, if you're looking to get dolled up for the Valentine's Day this weekend, be careful, because most of us don't think twice about our hygiene and beauty products, but Consumer Reports is revealing that some of those products, they may contain ingredients linked to cancer risk, hormone disruption, and other health problems. Here's David Fazesigas.
Shampoos, lotions, makeup, we lather, rub, and apply them every day without a second thought.
So the cosmetics industry uses thousands of chemicals in the products we put on our bodies every day. And until recently, federal regulations hadn't been meaningfully updated in more than 80 years.
A 2022 law requires cosmetic companies to register their products and ingredients with the FDA. But that doesn't mean those ingredients are thoroughly reviewed for safety before they hit store shelves.
Just by looking at labels, we know that concerning ingredients show up again and again in the products we find in stores.
Consumer Reports says to check ingredient labels for fragrance, which often means a product contains phthalates, and to seek out products that are paraben-free and formaldehyde-free.
These chemicals can cause serious health issues, everything from reproductive harm to an increased risk of cancer.
And there's PFAS, or forever chemicals. These can show up in waterproof, long-wearing makeup, and some have been linked to serious health concerns. And coal tar dyes, used in some hair dyes and cosmetics, can cause skin reactions and may raise cancer risk with higher occupational exposure. What can you do? Keep it simple. Read labels, choose products that say they're free of these ingredients, and use ingredient checking tools like Clearia or SkinSafe, whose data see your currently licenses, to compare options. Then swap products, starting with the ones you use most.
Even small changes can lower the levels of some of these chemicals in your body very quickly.
Bottom line, read the label, use the tools available, and replace products gradually, one at a time. This is David Fazekas.
And Consumer Reports also says that buying from reputable retailers and avoiding unknown online sellers, that can reduce the risk of getting contaminated or counterfeit products. Coming up here on Daybreak, remarkable rescues in Florida after 2 separate incidents in the same county. See some amazing video next. Plus, a Houston rapper goes head-to-head with a bull, and 3 raccoons cause what looks like a crime scene. Your trending news is coming up. But before we head to break, this Black History Month, we honor James Hound Dog Hunter, a standout athlete from Silsbee who was inducted into the Black College Football Hall of Fame. He played for Grambling State, earning 3 All-American honors, and was drafted by the Detroit Lions in 1976. He excelled in business and community service, and his legacy continues through the James E. Hunter Golf Classic, raising scholarships for students.
To the spot welders and forklift drivers, to the pipeline technicians and plant operators, to the chemists, custodians, and contractors, and the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers. To the people working day after day, keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a Power City, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/Golden Apple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards every month on 12 News.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now, weekdays, noon, only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We're back here on 12 News Plus with a pregnant woman who was recently saved from a sinking car, and it's not the only remarkable rescue in one Florida county here recently. Here's ABC's Perry Russum.
Police are praising Good Samaritans who intervened in 2 separate incidents in the same Florida county.
Okay.
On Sunday, Martin County deputies rushing to this canal where they found a woman and her 3 children submerged in their car.
Man, can you hear me at all?
Deputies pulling the kids and their mom out.
We learned about that crash because an observant driver was driving ahead of this female, and they noticed all of a sudden that the car behind them was no longer there.
Authorities say the woman had experienced a seizure and drove off the road. The children are said to be doing okay thanks in part to the oldest child, a 9-year-old, who held her siblings above water. Their mother is currently on a ventilator.
I was just like, okay, like you are an angel.
Days earlier in the same county, a pregnant woman on her 29th birthday crashed her car into this lake after feeling dizzy and losing control. Shedley Apollon called her fiance, but her phone died. The car was sinking and she was stuck.
I started feeling water on my feet, so I started to panic a little.
That's when a Good Samaritan nearby swam about 40 feet to the car, opened the back door, and pulled Shedley to safety.
When I got a hold of her and turned around, the car was already under the water.
Shedley was taken to the hospital where doctors performed an emergency C-section. Her fiance was there as their baby daughter Ivory was born.
Hearing that first cry after she came out was the most beautiful thing ever.
She's very lucky. She's blessed. She lost the car, but she has a baby.
We can share this with her one day, and I can laugh with her. And now that we share a birthday, like our bond is just tighter than ever.
Shedley says she can't wait to hold her daughter outside the hospital.
Out the door this morning, we're looking at partly cloudy skies, a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of fog too. We've been seeing some fog around the Orange area. Here's a look at the Horseman's Western Store. Currently showing temperatures in the upper 50s there, humidity at 100% with an east wind at 4 on our Roofing 911 live Skycam network. But the fog's quickly starting to move out of the area, and we'll see in temperatures right now generally in the 50s, a couple of 60s here and there, 61 in Port Arthur, 60 in Silsbee. Then we're looking at 59 in Jasper and Woodville, 56 in Orange, 58 in Beaumont, and 56 in Kirbyville. Here's visibilities right now. It's 0 in Orange, but we just showed you the camera from there, and you could see pretty much down the interstate. So wherever the recording instruments are in Orange, they're showing 0 visibilities. But there are some areas where you can definitely see well in Orange. 10 miles visibility in Jasper, as well as Port Arthur, 7 miles visibility in Beaumont. So there's really not that much fog out there this morning. It's just right there along the Sabine. Could be a little foggy. So weather impact alert for the dense fog until about 10 o'clock, especially over towards Orange County there. Rest of the state looking pretty quiet here in southeast Texas, but the rest of the state, like places like towards Big Bend, getting some rain this morning, getting some rain also up through parts of northeast Texas. Ridge of high pressure protecting us from the rain today, but as it slides a little farther east, we could see a few showers pop up for tomorrow. Today, we'll just see very warm temperatures. We climb through the 60s through mid-morning and then 70s by lunchtime, and we'll stay in the 70s through the afternoon. Upper 70s today, so we'll be well above normal. Normal being about 66. We'll be closer to 78 for today. And then overnight, we'll see fog once again develop and temperatures dropping off to the lower 60s and upper 50s. Dense fog for Wednesday morning, looks like again on Friday morning, so weather impact alert for those mornings. Just use some caution out there as we typically do when we see fog this time of year. Forecast for today, we'll go partly cloudy skies, south winds at about 10 to 15, temperatures in the upper 70s. And then for tonight, middle to upper 50s, some lower 60s as well, with south winds at about 3 to 8 miles an hour. 7-day forecast shows red bar on Wednesday morning, Friday morning with a dense fog, temperatures in the upper 70s through Friday. And then with a front coming through on Saturday, we have a 70% coverage of rain and thunderstorms during the afternoon and evening. So another red bar there with a possible impact to your afternoon or evening. I know it's Valentine's Day on Saturday. Well, Tia doesn't have to worry about it, but Mark might have to plan his dinner date there a little bit differently on Saturday night. Sunday into Monday, temperatures around 70. Morning lows will be in the 40s on Monday, so a little bit cooler behind the front.
Some of us are going to be dodging rain on Saturday. Others are going to be dodging bullets. It's Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? You know, love bullets, Cupid's arrows.
Love bullets.
Here's my thing. He exposed me, you.
What?
What you gonna be doing?
That's right.
You got a Valentine?
That's right.
I was supposed to be your Valentine. Don't make me hop off this box.
I'll be at home with Bear Kitty. Just
Oh, Lord.
Candlelight dinner. I love it. All right, let's move along here. Just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. All right, here's something fun. A little trending news here on 12 News Plus. A Houston area rapper proving that he can go head-to-head with the Bulls.
Yeah, his name is That Mexican OT, and he's going viral after a wild encounter at the Fort Bend County Rodeo this weekend. Ooh. Yeah, you see he gets hit by the bull, flips over, and then the bull hits him again. The good news, though, he says he's okay. He got tossed in the air like a sack of potatoes, he told our sister station. He loves the adrenaline rush.
Oh, well, I thought we had a little bit more on that one.
Do you want to be a cowboy one day, or do you want to be a professional bull rider, bullfighter?
No, not at all. I love watching them do it, and it made me want to do it. That's all it was.
Okay.
I just love being fans of them. I think they're great at what they do. I think they're some tough men, some super tough men. So I admire that about them.
With some super tough bones, huh? He says he was wearing padding. It didn't help much. The bull apparently just snapped the padding off him and even tore his pants. Luckily, he walked away fine and performed later that day. He also tussled with the bull last May while performing some rodeo clown stunts.
Too funny right there. Too much drama for me.
I know, yeah, I'm sure he was bruised up. All right, we've got yet another raccoon break-in, this time at a nonprofit in Oklahoma.
Get a load of this one. Employees, they got to work Monday. They found blood everywhere. And what would you think? Well, crime scene, of course, but no, it was just 3 mischievous trash pandas. That's right, we're not going to show you all the blood because even though it wasn't a crime scene, it sure looked like one. Employees, they called police, then they checked the surveillance video, only to find that it was in fact 3 raccoons who had fallen through the ceiling. 2 of them here opening the back door, making a clean getaway here eventually, and the 3rd one still at large, presumably somewhere in the building. The blood was apparently from an injured paw, but police think that they are all more or less okay this morning.
They always getting into something,
They're always
them raccoons.
They just checking stuff out. They want to be inside, living inside with us, I guess. All right, something's up with Bad Bunny this morning.
Yeah, he deleted almost all of his Instagram account hours after his Super Bowl performance Sunday. His posts, they're completely gone. He unfollowed everyone and even removed his profile picture. He didn't give his 50 million followers an indication as to why he did it. Some think he's about to make some sort of announcement. Others say it's over backlash from his performance.
I think it's an announcement, personally. I think this is setting up something big, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens.
He's got all eyes on him right now, so
does.
why not make a big announcement? Speaking of the Super Bowl, if you felt a little sluggish at work yesterday after the big game, you're not alone.
Yeah, it's me every morning. And now a nonprofit called Super Monday Off Coalition is pushing to make the day after the Super Bowl a national holiday. I agree with this. It's even urging fans to sign a petition and contact lawmakers. Experts say that whether it becomes a holiday or not, employers, they should plan ahead for big predictable events like the Super Bowl and that Super Bowl hangover. Like the day after my birthday. That needs to be a national holiday.
Really?
You know, just why not?
You know, you won't get that.
No, I won't. But
we don't even get Christmas.
I'll just take it off.
New Year's. I guess they telling us to keep moving.
Just keep on moving along.
All right,
here.
7:23. We'll be back.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Boma.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/golden apple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards, every month on 12 News.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
We're working to get more information from Beaumont Police.
Join 12 News weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m., keeping you informed on what matters most.
And keep you safe when weather impacts your day.
Following the excitement with your team.
Covering local issues that matter in your community.
Watch 12 News at 6 and 10 p.m. and stream on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Welcome back, everyone. You should spend your Valentine's Day with me in Beaumont. I'm partnering with the top ladies of distinction Beaumont to read books on Saturday. We'll walk through African American history with love. It's happening at the Elmo Willard Library at 1 p.m. See you soon.
Weather impact alert with a few foggy spots out there this morning. Temperatures in the upper 50s, warm and 73 at recess, and then warm and 78 as you make your way home this afternoon. Along the coast for today, south winds at 5 to 10 knots, only one high tide. That's right near 2 o'clock this afternoon, 1:59. Sunrise, we passed that at 6:59 this morning. Our sunsets at 6:01 for this evening. Right now, Texas Point south winds about 9 to 10. Water temperature in the lower 60s. We're looking at a light chop on the inland lakes and bays for today. Warm the rest of this week. We'll see a cool down this weekend as we'll see some showers and thunderstorms on Saturday. We'll talk more about that coming up in weather.
And coming up on Daybreak here on 12 News Plus, we have an update from TxDOT on the I-10 widening project in Orange, the progress crews have made, and what drivers can expect in the coming months.
Plus, a grieving family remembers 13-year-old Jaden Roberts, who was hit and killed in Vidor last week. But they're saying after the unexpected tragedy.
And Ghislaine Maxwell pleads the fifth, the wrench thrown into the investigation regarding the Jeffrey Epstein files.
And your time, 7:27. We'll have more news and weather in just a few minutes.
Hey, good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong.
And I'm Tia Johnson. Your time now is 7:30. Let's take a look at your top stories this morning. There was a school bus crash Monday morning involving a Buna ISD bus. DPS investigators say the bus made an improper left turn onto County Road 834 from Highway 96 and hit a car stopped at a stop sign. One child was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. No one else was hurt and a citation was issued.
Lawmakers questioned convicted sex offender Ghislaine Maxwell during a deposition yesterday, but received few answers. They called the appearance disappointing after she repeatedly pled the fifth. Now it comes as lawmakers gain access to millions of pages of previously unredacted Jeffrey Epstein files. They're now under review as new questions emerge about potential associates.
We've learned the primary cause of death for beloved actress Catherine O'Hara was pulmonary embolism. That's when a blood clot blocks an artery in the lungs. It happened while she was battling rectal cancer. The doctor who signed her death certificate indicated he'd been treating her since March of last year. O'Hara passed away January 30th at the age of 71.
All right, let's go ahead and take a live look outside now from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network here above Port Arthur. You see the sun coming up there. Meteorologist Jeff Gerber joins us with a look at the forecast. Jeff?
And it's a little bit cool out there right now. We're seeing a mix of some 50s and 60s across Southeast Texas. 55 in Kirbyville, one of the cooler spots. 56 in Orange, 58 in Beaumont, and 59 in Jasper. Then we're right at 60 now in Woodville, also 60 in Silsbee, and 61 down in Port Arthur. Speaking of Port Arthur, here's a look outside, and you can see mostly clear skies across the Port Arthur area. Not much in the way of any cloud cover. And then we look over towards Orange at the Horseman's Western store there. And you see a little fog off in the distance right along the Sabine. Some of the thicker fog has been out there for this morning, so be careful of that. You can see we're in the upper 50s there, currently 58 degrees at the Horseman's Western store on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. Temperatures today will climb up into the upper 70s, 77, 78. Looks like a nice warm afternoon with partly cloudy skies and south winds between about 5 and 15 miles per hour. Warm the rest of the work week, and then we cool off a little bit for the weekend with some rain and thunderstorms. We'll talk more about that coming up in weather.
Developing this morning, the family of a Vider teen hit and killed last Friday is speaking out. They say 15-year-old Jaden Roberts died too soon. His grandmother said she wishes she could have changed that night. She sat down with 12 News reporter Daniela Tabata-Palau about her grandson.
Didn't believe it at first. Thought they were lying to me.
A Vider family shattered.
You're lying to me. You're lying to me. But they weren't lying.
Following the loss of 15-year-old Jaden Roberts, the teen died after being hit by a car along North Main Street. The driver stopped and is not expected to face any charges. His family remembers a boy who was far from ordinary.
He was about 60 years old, stuck in a 14-year-old body, 15-year-old body. He was very intelligent.
Jaden was ahead of his years, according to his grandmother, Janet Parker.
He could read, write, spell at 3. He could, he just, he could discuss the presidential debate with you.
A teen who she says faced more hardship than most, but Parker says those losses never defined him. To his older sister, Emily Putman, Jaden was full of love.
He was a generous kid. He would give you literally the shirt off his back.
And funny pranks.
When we'd wake up, we'd yell, "Mom and Dad," and then we'd lay down and she'd come in there every time. And we'd just start laughing.
While Jaden's life was cut far too short.
He's 15 years old. He had a whole life ahead of him. It shouldn't have happened.
His family is determined to move forward, remembering the good memories of Jaden.
Some of us are here for a long time, some of us are here for a short time. And I have to try to remember that.
That was Daniela Tabata-Palau reporting. There's a GoFundMe on our website to help his family pay for funeral arrangements. If you'd like to support, head to 12newsnow.com.
We also have an update, on a fatal crash that happened at Crystal Beach over the weekend. Investigators say video shows the victim ran into the roadway and was hit by passing traffic Saturday. 57-year-old Monica Breland died, though officials say that the crash doesn't appear to be criminal. Several Galveston County agencies, they responded, and Highway 87 was temporarily closed as they investigated. More information is going to be released as it becomes available, but in the meantime, a GoFundMe has been set up to help cover funeral expenses for Breland's family, and you can find a link to donate on our 12 News website.
Switching gears now, in Jefferson County, the right lane of I-10 eastbound from Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway to Willow Street will be closed today and tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. The Willow Street exit will also be temporarily closed. In Orange County, alternating lane closures on FM 1131 from the county line to Elliott Street starting today through Friday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Contractors will be working along the shoulders. Drivers are urged to drive cautiously and expect delays. Now, we all know TxDOT has been working on its I-10 widening project in Orange for years now.
That's right. The goal is to expand the interstate from 4 to 6 lanes through the heart of the city. And 12 News reporter Derek Jones, he's in studio this morning with an update. Derek?
Mark and Tia, TxDOT says these upgrades will improve capacity and safety, but drivers should continue to expect closures and lane shifts until the project is complete this spring. The I-10 widening project in Orange County has expanded the freeway from 4 to 6 lanes, 3 in each direction, and widened key bridges along the corridor. This phase of the widening project began in September 2020 and is slated to finish by spring of this spring. The contractor, Williams Brothers, is the project contractor, and the total estimates put the cost around $55 million. Public Information Officer for TxDOT, Tanya Avila, says although the project will be completed this spring, she urges drivers to drive safe as they install the new signage.
Well, we want people to do their part when they're driving. We want people to drive like a Texan. That's our biggest campaign, to be safe, courteous, and kind when they're out on the roads. And especially when they're driving through another construction zone. You know, be alert, keep distractions at bay.
The project did experience delays mostly due to inclement weather and COVID-19. Crews have already completed widening the lanes from the Purple Heart Bridge to the state line, which was parts of efforts to improve traffic flow and regional mobility. TxDOT says the final step is installing new signage along the highway, work that must be completed before the project officially wraps up this spring. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
Thank you, Derek. We have an update on the number of Texas families applying for the new Education Freedom Accounts program, which opened last week. According to the Texas Controller's Office, more than 74,000 applications have been submitted. As of Monday morning, the program allows Texas families to receive taxpayer dollars to send children to private school or educate them at home. The funds can be used for tuition and other education expenses, like tutoring and tech spots. If the number of applicants exceeds the $1 billion state lawmakers set aside, there will be a lottery system. Low-income families and students with disabilities will be prioritized. Even if a student is accepted by the program, they'll still need to apply and be accepted by a private school. The deadline to apply is March 17th. Families will find out whether they've been accepted sometime in early April.
All right, well, early voting for the Texas March primary election, that begins in 1 week. Voters in each party, they're going to decide which candidates to advance to represent them in the November general election. Now, the ballot includes several statewide races from governor and lieutenant governor to attorney general, land commissioner, agriculture commissioner, comptroller, and more. Early voting, it begins February 17th, and if no candidate earns a majority of the top 2 vote getters, will then face off in a runoff election on May 26th.
Now to the latest on the Jeffrey Epstein files. Co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell pleading the fifth as she appeared virtually before a House committee from her Texas prison. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with details.
For the first time, lawmakers now able to review the unredacted Jeffrey Epstein files at the Department of Justice.
There were tons of completely unnecessary redactions in addition to the failure to redact the names of victims.
Republican Thomas Massie and Democrat Ro Khanna say the DOJ redacted several names of men they say should be revealed to the public. Massie is threatening to read the names on the House floor, but says he'll give the Justice Department time to respond.
I think we need to give the DOJ a chance to go back through and correct their mistakes.
Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche accuses those lawmakers of grandstanding and says the DOJ is making changes. It comes as Epstein co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell appeared virtually from a Texas prison for a congressional deposition yesterday.
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
The convicted child sex offender was grilled about Epstein's crimes, but refused to answer, invoking the Fifth Amendment after every question. Maxwell's lawyer says she, quote, is prepared to speak fully and honestly if granted clemency from President Trump. And this morning, a new document claims that in the mid-2000s, President Trump called the police about Jeffrey Epstein. According to the 4-page FBI document, Trump called a man believed to be the former Palm Beach police chief, Michael Ryder, and said, quote, thank goodness you're stopping him. Everyone has known he's been doing this. Trump has long denied having any knowledge of Epstein's crimes. However, the former police chief says Trump was one of the very first people to call when people found out that they were investigating Epstein. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are urging President Trump not to give Ghislaine Maxwell any type of immunity or clemency. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
The search for Savannah Guthrie's mom enters a second week. Savannah makes a new plea and the FBI issues an update coming up. Up next, love is in the air, but prices are high. How to save on Valentine's Day flowers.
Share your pics and video with 12 News. Just go to the Near Me tab inside the 12 News Now app and click Share with Us.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, don't mess with Texas, means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
Are you at the mercy of your bladder? If leaks are keeping you from living your best life, you should know that it doesn't have to be that way. Incontinence can be treated. Don't wait to get the help you deserve. The National Association for Continence is a nonprofit organization that's helped millions get on the path to a life without leaks. Visit nafc.org now to download your free pelvic floor muscle training kit and become the boss of your bladder.
The search for Nancy Guthrie has entered its 10th day after a second purported deadline passed Monday. Today's show host Savannah Guthrie posted a video Monday saying the family believes their 84-year-old mother is still out there. Reed Binion reports.
A second purported deadline has passed in the disappearance of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie's mother. According to a purported ransom note sent to a Tucson TV station, Nancy Guthrie's possible abductors demanded $6 million by 5 p.m. Monday. The note included a threat to Guthrie's life if demands weren't met. Just hours before that deadline passed, Savannah Guthrie posted another video to social media, this time addressing the public instead of her mother's alleged kidnappers.
We believe our mom is still out there. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help.
People seem to have been heeding that call, with new billboards going up across the country urging anyone with information about the case to call authorities. The FBI releasing a new statement Monday night, saying it still has not identified a suspect or a person of interest in the case. The agency also appealing to the public, writing in part, quote, "Someone has that one piece of information that can help us bring Nancy home." Harvey Levin of TMZ, which also received a ransom note, reacting to the statement.
Well, I think it aligns with Savannah Guthrie's desperate plea today.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Outside we have partly cloudy skies to mostly clear skies as we look down towards Port Arthur, and you can see just a few high clouds down in Port Arthur. This camera brought to you by Market Basket. Head over towards Orange, Horseman's West Store, and a little bit of fog towards the Sabine River for this morning. It's been pretty thick over in that direction. Our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network currently showing, though, as you get into Orange, not too much in the way of fog. Currently in the 50s there, humidity at 99%, northeasterly winds at 5. Temperature-wise, we're seeing a mix of 50s and 60s for this morning. Right now, 60 in Woodville, 61 in Silsbee, and 61 in Port Arthur. Then upper 50s in Beaumont and Orange at 58. 55 in Kirbyville and Jasper now is at about 59. Look at our current visibilities, about 1.5 miles in Orange. That's up a little bit from where we were earlier, so that fog's starting to lift off. 7-mile visibility in Beaumont, 10 in Port Arthur, and 9 miles visibility in Jasper. There is a dense fog advisory until 10 o'clock, but I think that might be lifted early. You can see Lake Charles still under 1 mile visibility there, so over towards southwest Louisiana, maybe a little bit of thicker fog. Satellite and radar showing high pressure over us, so everything's going up and around us. There's some light rain out in West Texas, also up into Arkansas, Oklahoma. We won't see any rain for today. We'll see temperatures, though, climbing. We'll be up into the 70s by late in the morning, and then upper 70s for highs today, with partly to mostly cloudy skies out there for this afternoon. South winds continue throughout the day and into tonight as well. Tonight, I'm thinking temperatures are going to be a little bit cooler than we're showing here. We're expecting to see some lows into the upper 50s and some lower 60s. But we do have that dense fog advisory again Wednesday into Friday, possibility of that. So that's why we've issued another weather impact alert for Wednesday morning, Friday mornings with there's more fog around the area. Just be cautious on the roadways for those mornings. Forecast for today, partly cloudy. South winds at 10 to 15. We'll see highs in the upper 70s. And then for tonight, a lot of 50s out there, a lot of upper 50s, a few lower 60s as well. Could see some more fog developing towards Wednesday morning with that weather impact alert in place for that. Once again on Friday, we've got the red bar for maybe some fog. And then Saturday, a weather impact alert for rain and thunderstorms moving into the area. 70% coverage, could be some stronger thunderstorms coming in on Saturday night with that cold front, so we'll be watching for that. On the back side of that cold front, there are going to be some cooler temperatures, especially in the morning hours. Will be in the 40s by Monday morning. Afternoon highs will be around 70 Sunday and Monday.
About time it cooled down around here, Jeff.
Too warm. It's too warm. I can't believe it.
No, it looks really good. Thank you for that, Jeff.
You bet.
All right, well, if flowers are on your list this Valentine's Day, there are ways that you can stay within your budget. And as Marie Coronel reports, it starts with keeping your options open.
The hustle and bustle of flower shops go hand in hand with Valentine's Day. As orders come in, more shoppers stroll by coolers checking out the different kinds of arrangements. And while shops are busy, it doesn't mean you can't find a good deal.
In 2026, budget is the main word that everyone has on their minds. Things are getting more expensive.
According to the National Retail Federation, consumer spending on Valentine's Day is expected to reach $29.1 billion, which is up compared to the $27.5 billion spent in 2025. Experts believe this year people are expanding their gift lists, buying for friends and coworkers. When it comes to costs, this year a dozen roses is expected to cost between $70 and $110, depending on size and color.
Really a romantic color is red and pink.
We checked in with Christian Ferretti, who is the assistant manager at Wholesale Flowers. He says despite tariff impacts, they were able to keep their prices comparable to previous years.
This is $17.95.
They get their flowers directly from growers. Many are from San Diego.
We actually negotiated a year ago to get the prices now, which saved us because right now for 2 dozen you're looking at a starting price of $18.95, which is really, really good. The pinks are going to be a little more expensive at $20.95, and the reds, that's where they really go up every year. It's unavoidable.
If you're looking to go a cheaper route, Christian says check out a wholesale flower shop because you can make your own bouquet by choosing different types of flowers based on your budget. All you need is a main flower, filler flower, and some greenery.
You want to see what's the biggest flower that you can get that'll take up the most room. But at the same time, it's really up to personal taste.
But if you don't want to arrange it yourself, you can always pay for extra help without buying an expensive arrangement. Tom Cedavong is a design department manager. He says check with your florist to see what options are available and be upfront about how much you want to spend.
You come in and select the flowers by the bunches and we do a wrap for you. You get them at wholesale cost with a small little fee attached to it. We usually work with people's budget depending on what they're looking for.
And the last piece of advice, don't wait until the last minute because you won't have much selection left to choose from.
Some good tips there. Well, speaking of Valentine's Day, donut maker Shipley's Donuts, they are bringing back their heart-shaped treats just in time for Valentine's Day.
Now, both best known for making fresh handmade pastries, it will have a trio heart-shaped donut. There are 3 flavors, so pretty, strawberry, cherry, and chocolate. Each one will have sprinkles added as well. Now through Valentine's Day, you can buy a donut starting at just $1.49, as a dozen will cost $13.49.
That's all I'm asking for right there.
Someone bring us some.
The Medal Count, sponsored by ExxonMobil.
Well, the 4th day of the Olympics, they wrapped up yesterday, so let's go ahead and check on the gold medal count. Norway and Switzerland, they are neck and neck for first place with 3 gold medals each. Japan, Germany, and the United States, they each have 2 gold medals. Though not shown here, Italy is leading in total medals. That's 1 gold, 2 silver, and 6 bronze for a total of 9. And here are the Olympic events that you can look forward to later today. Coming up here at 11 a.m., you can watch freestyle skiing with the men's slopestyle final. And at 11:45, the women's final luge run is live. At 12:15, there's going to be cross-country skiing with men's and women's individual sprint finals. And then at 12:45, catch the men's short program figure skating live. Well, Olympic mania, that is sweeping Italy, and pin collectors, they are gathering in Milan to trade souvenirs and stories from games past.
Kevin Stowers of Atlanta first got hooked back at the 1992 Summer Olympics, where he met Milwaukee's Jim Schmidt. The two bonded over a shared passion for Olympic pins, and 6 games later, that friendship is still going strong. Stowers recalls standout moments like witnessing Usain Bolt break the 100-meter record in Beijing. Now Schmidt's daughter Molly has picked up the torch, continuing her dad's pin collecting legacy. It is 7:52 right now when Daybreak returns on 12 News Plus. We'll have more news and weather in your morning rush out.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now, weekdays noon, only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
To the spot welders and forklift drivers, to the pipeline technicians and plant operators, to the chemists, custodians, and contractors, and the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers. To the people working day after day, keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On weather impact alert days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
Welcome back to Daybreak, 7:55 right now. It's time for your morning rush out.
Here's everything you need to know as you start your day. 31-year-old Rudolph Lassant's loved ones are remembering him after police say he was found dead inside a crashed car Friday night near Woodrow Avenue. They say he was a good father with a heart of gold. Police say 18-year-old Charles Siggers is still wanted for his murder, and that the shooting happened at Siggers' home about a block away from where Lassant was found. If you know anything, call BPD.
The family of Jaden Roberts, the teen who was hit and killed in Vidor last Friday, is also remembering the life that they lost too soon. They say that Jaden was wise beyond his years, and despite facing loss at a young age, it never defined him. Now, we have a link to the family's GoFundMe on our website. The driver involved did stop and is not expected to face charges.
A GoFundMe has also been set up to help cover funeral expenses for Monica Breland's family. The 57-year-old was killed at Crystal Beach Saturday. Video shows she ran onto Highway 87 and was hit by passing traffic. Officials say the crash doesn't appear to be criminal. You can find a link to donate on our 12 News website.
Weather impact alert for tomorrow morning, Friday morning, and then again on Saturday afternoon, thanks to some fog the next few mornings and then some showers and thunderstorms on Saturday. Just generally warm the rest of the week. Temperatures in the upper 70s through Friday. As we had that front come through on Saturday, we'll see cooler conditions behind it Sunday into Monday as temperatures drop to right around 70 for a high.
Take a look at your screens. We got a reason to smile here, Southeast Texas. This Southeast Texas woman Shih Tzu is vying for America's favorite pet. Tina Hargrave's pup, Frisco Nabisco, is currently first place in his group. So if you'd like to give Mr. Nabisco your vote, the website is there at the bottom of your screen. Tina says that he's the smartest, cutest little fur baby, and he even has a TikTok page. So good luck, Frisco Nabisco.
I want to vote for Frisco, but now I'm thinking, should I submit Bo?
Maybe
Would you guys vote for her?
Yes.
My mama watching.
Yes, 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 ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right, thanks so much for watching.
We'll be back at 11 a.m.
Have a great day, everybody.